Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to this Ansible session. So today we are going to focus on the topics that I have mentioned over here. That is, we are going to look for error handling, what are handlers, how to make use of the debug module, variables, template module, and tags. Okay. So these are some various features which Ansible have provided. So let's see how we can start it one by one. So let's go and learn the error handling thing first. So as of now, I am within a folder demo, directory demo. Within that, we have this ansible.cfg, which is pointing to the inventory file, and folks equal to 1 I have specified. Let me remove that setting so that it should have folks equal to 5. And then I have my inventory file having this Ubuntu and Fedora node. So we are going to see this much topics today. Okay, error handling, handlers. These are very simple and basic features about Ansible. So let's go ahead and see what exactly we have currently. So we have this config file having inventory file. This inventory is pointing to the current inventory in which I have all the host details like Ubuntu node and Fedora node. So what's happened over here? Let's say if I write a playbook over here, and that playbook, let's say I'll just write simply a basic playbook. This is going to execute on, let's say I don't want to execute it on all the hosts right now for learning this error handling, so I'll just keep this node in mind. Okay, so what it is going to do, it is going to like install this httpd package, and once it is done with the httpd package, then it is going to start that package. Okay, start that httpd server. That is my requirement over here. So what if this task installation of the task got fail? In that case, Ansible is smart enough that it will not execute subsequent task. Okay, whatever the task which are there after this will not get executed. Okay, so let's see if it is really happening or not. So for that matter, let me just do some spelling mistake over here so that this package installation will fail. Okay, it is trying to gather the facts. It has done it, and now you can see this is the task to install the httpd on Fedora, and it got failed because the name specified is not correct. So that's where the next task to start the httpd will not get triggered in that case. Okay, so let's say if you have two tasks which are not dependent on each other, let's say I'm going to write a different task over here. For that matter, I can just copy paste my code for the error handling. I'll say it should run on host. Let me confirm it, the spelling and everything. Fedora hyphen node. Okay. So let's say if I say ls, and let's say I'll not store this right now. And debug we haven't learned so far, so I'm just going to keep these things very much simple. So right now, let's say this is the host, the name of the playbook which I haven't specified over here. In that case, that is not mandatory thing. Okay, the name of the host, name of the playbook, name of the task. It's like for our description, for our understanding. That is not mandatory thing. So you can skip it as well if you want to. So over here, this is the host on which this is going to execute, and command is just a model to execute a Linux commands. So I'm going to execute ls/home on this Fedora node. Along with that, ls/tmp I'm going to execute. So let's see what is the output. Line 2, there is some issue. Valid boolean include 1 0. What it means, gather facts is not valid. Earlier it was working with this, but let's say I'll say no, let's not gather any facts. So that is like the false is not a valid boolean, so they are asking me to say like on means like gather the facts, off means not gather the facts, yes or no, as is gather the facts. So similarly that way. So let me execute it now, and now you can see it has executed successfully. That's where I don't get any error. Okay, but what if this command little bit I say 123 ls/home 123, and this home directory doesn't exist on the Fedora node. Okay, so that's where this ls command is going to fail over here, means this directory not found, something error we will get. And once we get this error, then ls/tmp will not get executed on this server, because once the no once the any task got failed, then all the subsequent task or the next task will not get executed, cannot access, because there is no such. Okay, so if you want to avoid this, if you want that these two tasks are independent of each other, even though the first one fails, you don't care about it, it should execute the second one. Okay, that is my requirement. So that's where I can write it down, this ignore errors equal to yes, it should ignore the errors. uh, if this command fail or if this task fail, it should simply ignore the error and it should proceed further and execute the subsequent task. That is all about this ignore errors. Let me show you practically. You can see even though this got failed, it is going to ignore it because I have specified ignore errors equal to yes, and post that this command is this task is getting executed. Okay, so whenever you see that this task is independent, there is a need that if it fails, still it should proceed further, it should not stuck for that moment. In that case, we definitely need ignore errors equal to yes, which is going to ignore this error and proceed with the subsequent task. So I hope this is clear now. Then let's look for something else over here. Let's look for the debug one. Okay, if you know in the Unix, okay, you echo is a statement to print any message. Okay, let's say this is message, I'll say. So in this way, if you do echo, then definitely we will get the same message printed over here. How we can do it within the Ansible? That is nothing but a debug model. Okay, I'll show you what exactly I'm trying to say. Let's say learning debug module. There are certain parameters to it. We need to print message. What message we need to print? This belongs to, let's say, debug model. Let me check if it is working fine or not, then we can just. Okay, so this is our playbook which we have written. So debug is a model just to print a message, nothing else. Okay, so this is the message which I want to print, so that's where it has printed this message as it is, like this belongs to debug model. So whatever message you want to print, in that case our debug model is going to help us. Okay, there is one more thing in the debug model that we will see in 2-3 minutes, but let's just uh, learn something new first. Okay, so let's say I'll say this is task 1. Okay, I can skip this name of the debug module. Now let's say this is my one debug module, first debug module. I'll keep on repeating this. I'll say total 5 debug modules, okay, in which I'll say this is simply a task 2, task 3, 4 and 5. Okay, if you just execute this entirely, in that case we will get to see all these messages. This is task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These all these all are the messages that I got, and I got all these messages with the help of a debug module over here. Okay, so my requirement over here is I want to execute only first task, okay, or I want to execute only third task, not other task. Okay, so this also can be achieved. Okay, because by default if you execute entire playbook, means if you execute playbook, all the tasks within that playbook will be executed in that case. But if you want certain selective tasks to be executed, not all the tasks to be executed within that playbook, then we have one more option, that is nothing but tags. Okay, we have tags over here. Let's say I'll name it as first. First, I'll name this tag as second. Fourth and last, but one is like this. Okay, so I'll show you what exactly this task is going to, tags is going to do. Tag is mainly for selective execution of the task. Let's say if you want to execute only first task, okay, I'll show you first output, then you will get to know the things. Right now you can see I have executed this playbook, then all the tasks got executed one by one. Okay, I'll say hyphen tags first, then it has executed only this first task. Okay, because this first is attached to the tag, means this first is a tag which is attached to the task 1. Okay, if I open the playbook now, then first is a tag which is attached to this task. Okay, so that's where this will get executed. If you want to execute only third task, means this one, then you have to say hyphen tags equal to third, then this will get executed. Let's see. So you can say this is the third one which got executed successfully. So this is how you can selectively execute a task with the help of tags. Okay, if you want that first and second task, okay, if you want to execute first and second tags, sorry, first task and second task always in common, okay, means every time you can just specify something different as well, like let's say first and second, means you can just have the common tag name as well. If you say common tag name over here, okay, this one and this one is same now. So if you say common and if you execute it with this tag, in that case first and second will get executed. Okay, so it's not like only one task at a time. You can execute two tasks at a time as well with some common tag name. If you don't want to specify common tag name, in that case, let's say if you want to execute third and fourth, then you can specify third comma fourth. So third, the task associated with third tag will get executed, and task associated with fourth tag is also executed. So it's all about the tags is all about the selective execution of the task. If you don't want to execute all the tasks, in that case definitely tags is going to help us. Understood this much? Okay, great, that I'm getting it. Now uh, you just need to keep in mind about these tags, when to use it, and what is the purpose of making use of these tags. Okay, this is the only thing you need to know about tags. Let me delete all these unwanted things now. You can have the variables as well, means the way we can define the variables within this uh, Unix. Okay, let's say if I say city equal to Pune, and if I say echo, I stay in dollar city. So you can see city is getting replaced successfully with Pune because I have defined a variable city equal to Pune. So such kind of declaration of the variable, assigning a value to that variable, is also possible with the help of Ansible as well. Okay, and let me show you how I can declare a variable and assign a value to it. I'll just go back to the code. Anywhere I can see working with variables. Okay, okay, I'll just keep it only one variable over here. uh, okay, so I have specified a variable with the help of vars. Name of the variable is my name, it can be anything, and value assigned to it can be anything. Okay, within this message, let's say my name is, over here we don't say dollar. Okay, in case of this Unix, we say dollar and my name, which is not the case over here. We make use of the Jinja templating over here. Okay, so you have to specify your uh, variable in this format. Okay, then only this is going to pick the value for that variable. Okay, so instead of the dollar my name, you have to make use of this flower braces, two flower braces open and close it, and in middle you just have to provide the variable name. In this way you can fetch the value of that variable within this message. Okay, let's save it. This is our playbook, and let's try to execute this playbook without any tags. Now you can see this is got replaced with the correct value which I have specified under this my name. Okay, so if you want to define any variable, define as much variable as you want, the way I have defined x equal to 23 and these all things over here. Similarly, you can have as many variable as you want, and only thing, those variables should not have similar kind of name. And just if you want to fetch the value of those variables, then my name means this Jinja, we call this formatting is a Jinja templating. Okay, this is the explanation for that. And one more option that we can have within this debug is nothing but a var. If you just simply want to get the value of any variable, then that is the var. Means in case of the var, you cannot put a big message the way we have provided earlier. My name is then Jinja templating my name. Okay, so that was the entire message that I can provide with the help of MSG as a argument. But with the help of var as an argument, we just simply can get the value of the variable. Okay, and the name of the variable is this, the value assigned to this is this. So simply if you want to assign or to fetch the value of that, var is going to help us. If I make use of the var, in that case I don't need to make use of the Jinja templating. So Jinja templating is useful in case of the message, but in case of the var, we don't need Jinja templating. Okay, that is the one thing. Now you will say, why do we need to uh, why do we need to keep in mind all those things where I can use it? Okay, let's say if you want to learn why and where we are going to use this, let me add one more module in that case. Let's say that module is, let's say, command ls/tmp. Okay, and on this Fedora node, if I do ls/tmp, I'll get these many things. Let me have one more directory within that for simplicity. And okay, so I'll just simply say ls/tmp/tmp1. Okay, so that I'll get some simple output. Okay, let's say if you execute this command, so if you execute this playbook, then this ls command will get executed successfully, but we will not get any output for that ls commands, because that ls command is going to get executed on that Fedora node internally, and we will not get any output. Means which all files are present within that, means whatever the output it has generated, that output is not visible to us. If you want to store the output that is generated by this command, okay, you can do it with the help of register and the variable name over here. Let's say I am going to store this entire output of ls in, let's say, my tmp output, anything like this. Okay, and now if you are done with storing this, let's print the value of it with the help of debug. Okay, this debug is going to help us in printing the value. This ls is going to execute whatever the output it is generating, that output we are storing along with the register within this variable, and the value of this variable I'm printing with the help of debug module. That's where it comes into the picture. Let's execute it. Now you can see the debug module have generated this many I mean to say uh, this much output. Okay, what is the main thing that we are interested in? Okay, it has generated the command, it has like executed this ls command, everything is okay. I'm interested in which all files there are, which all folders there are within the tmp1 folder. So over here you can see there is only one folder sd. Let me create few more folders, few more files. Okay, or let me touch file 1, file 2. So I have created lots of file over here under this, so I should get these many files within the output. So you can see I got these many files are present. So I don't want all this information present in my output. Okay, I want only the file names which are there within this tmp1, which comes under this standard output lines. Okay, this is the format of the output which is provided by the Ansible, and I want only this standard output dot lines. So just say whatever might be the value of the variable dot standard output dot line underscore lines, it means I want this much output only, nothing else. Let's try to print it out, and now you can see I got only the required output, not the unwanted output over there. Okay, so this is how you can play with a debug module. You can play with var messages. Over here you just need to keep in mind we can store the output with the help of register. This is new thing for you, so which is important to understand over here. And whatever the output generated by this standard output is kind of a longer output with unwanted data as well, which we want to avoid. So we can definitely avoid it with the help of this standard output underscore lines. Okay, clear till now? Okay, if these things are clear to you, then let me show you one more thing, which is really cool feature of this Ansible. That is nothing but handlers. Okay, now I'll show you one diagram. Let's say we have this server. Okay, we have this server 1, 2, and we want to install HTTPD. Okay, so definitely what we are going to do, we are going to have first task as installation of the HTTPD. Second task is like starting HTTPD. Let's say this is node 1, node 2, task 1 install HTTPD, task 2 start HTTPD. These are the two things, these are the two tasks I want to execute on these node servers. Okay, so what is happening over here? Let's say if I simply write a playbook to install HTTPD and start HTTPD, this can be achieved with the help of M or APT, depending upon the operating service. This can be achieved with the help of service model. Now let's say node 1, there is one more thing within that. Let's consider that HTTPD is already present on this server and it has even started. Means this is the setup already present. HTTPD is already there on this server and it is in started mode. Now if I execute my playbook, what is going to happen over here? This first task is going to execute on both the nodes. Okay, so it will definitely pass it over here, and on this node it will say okay, because HTTPD is already present, so it will not say changed or something. It will say okay. Again, next task will get executed on this server. It will pass on this, and again it will say okay over here. Okay, because it's already into the started condition. Now if you want to save some time over here and apply some little bit logic, then I know that whenever HTTPD is already installed, definitely it should be up and running, because if I install HTTPD on any server manually or via playbook, I will even start that HTTPD process. Otherwise, that the installation will not make any sense till the time I start that process. So I'll assume that if HTTPD is already installed, then it must be into the started condition. So what I'm trying to achieve over here in that case, if HTTPD is already installed, then I should not even check whether it is up and running with the help of this service. Means I should skip it over here, because uh, I got OK message earlier, so I don't want to check whether my HTTPD is running or not, because I'll simply assume it must be into the running condition, because if a user have installed it, he or she should have started it as well along with installation. So that's where if I get any OK message previously, I don't want to execute the dependent task, because this task 1 is dependent, means this task 2 is dependent on this task 1. Till the time I'm not going to install it, I'm not going to start that HTTPD as well, right? So that's where if I say, if I got OK message in for node 2, in that case starting that HTTPD will not make any sense, because it is already started on this server. Okay, so we can achieve this, means why we are going to skip this and why we are not going to execute, because execute किया भी तो कोई problem नहीं होगा, it will not have any problem on our server. If we, it will just increase the execution time, because in real time we can have 50 servers, 100 servers, and if you keep on executing all the tasks on all the servers, then definitely entire playbook finish होने में extra time लगेगा. In place of that, if we can skip certain uh, task on particular node based on the situation, definitely we can save some amount of time. Okay, that's where we are looking into this scenario. This is just for saving the time, nothing else, because anyway if I execute this HTTPD start service on a node 2, it is going to say OK message, because it is already started, it is up and running already there. But we want to skip that point or skip that task, as we got OK message already on top of this. So that's where our I meant to say handlers will come into the picture. Okay, I'll show you with practical as well how to make use of these handlers and how it looks like. Okay, so let me just provide a code for handlers over here. Where is the code? First of all, let me install this Apache. I don't want any. Okay, I'll say install HTTPD on Fedora, and I want it to execute on Fedora node, not all the nodes. Okay, and gather facts, yes, definitely. No, I don't want to gather facts over here. And become equal to yes, definitely we require that. This is the one module. A second module become service module, and the module name is service. Name of the package is HTTPD, and it should be into the started condition. Okay, so these are the two I mean to say these are two tasks. One is like installation, second is like starting it. Okay, let's try to execute this. It is already installed. You can see if it is already installed, then it should not even start it, because I'm assuming it should be into the started condition. That's where it is trying to execute both the tasks, because I haven't specified handlers. But if I specify handlers within this uh, playbook, then definitely I can skip the second task. Okay, so let's find it out, the code for this handler, concept of handlers.yaml. I'll say notify and handlers on the same task. Okay, because not all the code I can just remember, that's where I keep looking for this. And this handler should be on the level of task as per the syntax. Okay, so simply let me explain it what exactly this is. Name is like start nginx and this. Okay, this notify name and handler name must be same. What exactly I'm trying to see over here, or what I'm trying to achieve over here, that if I get any OK message, okay, in that case nothing will get executed from handlers. Okay, simple है. OK message आता है, it is not going to notify to the handler. This name notification is going to the handler in what condition? Only if I get a changed message. Okay, change मतलब उसने कुछ तो install किया, uninstall किया, कुछ भी हो. But if I get any change message, then only it is going to notify to this handler to start the service. If it is saying OK message, then definitely this task within this handler will get skipped. Okay, so let's look into it practically, really it's happening or not. Okay, so just need to just check for certain spaces and all those things. Let me execute it now. Something problem. Okay, name service. Sorry, it is trying to install the HTTPD on Fedora, and it is, we are getting messages okay because it is already there. So that's where notification is not going to the task which is present within the handler. In earlier case, if you see that both the tasks were getting executed, so if this starting is not that important and we can skip it, so definitely make use of the handler to skip it, which is going to save some time for us. If it is not started, even in that case it will not start it. Okay, so that's where I want some consistency in my code, whether if anyone has already installed HTTPD, he must have started it as well. That is my assumption. Based on that, I'm writing this handler. Understood what exactly handler does over here? If this is clear, then let's come to the last section of our discussion, because we have seen a lot of new things, like how we can handle the uh, how we can do the error handling with the help of ignore errors equal to yes. Then if you say debug is like echo message, variables you already know, tags for selective execution of task, handler for time saving you can consider, and let's look for the template. Okay, what exactly is template and what is the main purpose of using the template? So let me delete all those things. Let's have one variable city equal to Pune. Okay, and what I want to do, let's change the play name, and okay, over here I want to make use of, let's say, a task that is copy file. Okay, name of the module is copy, source is this, destination is this. Okay, what is the source? Let's say index.html is the source. This is the file I wanted to copy, and where I want to copy under the /tmp. Any file is already present under the /tmp. Let me check it out. This is already present. Let me delete this manually for time being. Okay, now I'm just going to copy this index.html file from my controller server to this Fedora node under this /tmp. So let me create, and I have defined one variable city equal to Pune. So let me create this file. I stay in. I have provided uh, okay, let me show you the playbook and index. So I have provided city equal to Pune in this playbook, and I'm going to copy this index.html file over the Fedora node, and within that index.html simply I have not provided a fixed content. I'm making use of certain variables over here. Okay, so what I want this while copying the file, okay, it should not simply copy the file as it is. While copying the file, it should replace this city with value Pune and then copy the file. That is my requirement over here. So let's see copy module is going to help us or not. Let's execute this. It has copied the file. Yes, and what is the content within that file? So content is not changed over here. You can see simply copy module is not replacing this thing with a value. It is simply copy paste the file as it is without checking the content, without even modifying the content. So that's where we have template module. Okay, so what is the syntax of template module? It is same to same like copy. Only thing, instead of copy you mention template, nothing else. Save it, execute it one more time. It is going to, this template module is going to copy the file, but it is going to copy file with change in the value. Means this such things will be changed with a value, and then it will copy. It will not simply copy paste. Okay, so template and copy model is almost same if content is static, but if you are making use of any Jinja templating within the file, in that case and if you want that to be replaced with the value, in that case definitely template is going to help us. Why we are doing so? Because if anything change, in that case you just need to change within the value of the variable. You don't have to change the, let's say I meant to say why we need to make use of it. Let's say if I have a content like this, I stay in Pune, sorry, I stay in this city, then again with some certain message I'm making use of this as like again some message and this. Okay, so instead of writing I stay in Pune, then this Pune, this Pune, that Pune, so everywhere if I hard code this Pune and after one day I need to make it to Mumbai, then in entire file I just need to search where Pune is and replace with Mumbai. So that is all manual task of doing it. So if any value is repeatedly used, make it as a variable, use it as a variable, and simply if you want to change it as Mumbai, then you can just replace this Pune with Mumbai over here, and you will get to see the newer content. Means instead of hard coding the values within the file, you can directly you can make use of the variables and simply make use of that as a Mumbai you will get to see over here. So that's where it's always good to make use of the variables instead of hard coding the things if those are like frequently we guys are frequently changing all those things, so definitely make it as a variable. So this is all I wanted to explain in today's section. These are extra features you can consider regarding this Ansible. Yesterday we saw simply how we can create the playbook, what is the purpose of it, and the syntax related to the playbook. And today we saw certain extra features of the Ansible. Tomorrow we will see the roles and how to create all those roles. That is very important in case of this Ansible. And I think that will be the end for this Ansible because it's a kind of a short topic which will not have much uh, wide range of topics to discuss within that. So whatever important topics was there, I have covered it. There are extra playbooks I have already provided which you can just go through it. I'll not cover those, means which all playbooks I meant to say. Like let's say if there Ansible is good in arithmetic situation, arithmetic operation as well. So like if I say variable x equal to 45 and y equal to x plus 5, so that will be y equal to 50. So such kind of mathematical operations we can do it with the help of Ansible. And if you say like x plus y, x divided by x into y, such all the arithmetic operations we can definitely do it within the help with the help of Ansible. So you guys can practice with this. This is not that complicated to practice at your end. Anything is important to cover, definitely I will cover tomorrow, and let's see if we can finish the topic or not. Okay, see you tomorrow in that case with roles and few more topics. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye, take care.